Now that the dust has settled, now that the smoke has cleared, let's get into this, shall we? All I want to say is that don't be part of the problem and don't become what you've accused the others before you, your opposing parties. Don't become what you accused them of. Now that it's all said and done, the elections are done with, it's over with. He who shall not be named has won the seat of the White House. But this is just a separate matter in regards to how people are reacting to the fact that Kamala Harris has lost. And people absolutely losing their fucking minds as if their newborn, firstborn child just died at the age of 3 after getting hit by a fucking freight train. It's insanity, it's bullshit, and it's bad for you. But all in all, I do not want to make this a long video. But just know, from my perspective and the way I see all of this, is that when it comes to the LGBTQ community, I firmly, wholeheartedly believe that the movement started off pure, with good intentions, being inclusive, understanding, and all in all, something that was just pure, with a good heart, with good intentions, and a good intention, I guess. What other word can I really use, right? It was born with good intentions. I mean, obviously, it's been something that's been going on since before the fucking internet, but things blow up, and nowadays things become so overly, blasting in your face, and just this over consumption of information and all this bullshit that it feels like it's something new, but it's not, right? It's before you and I were born. If you're watching this, more than likely, if you're a viewer of this channel, before you and I were born, this was already a reality. It didn't just happen when the internet happened. It didn't just happen in the year 2020 or the year 2022 or the year 2012. It's been something that's been going on throughout human fucking history, right? And all I'm trying to get at is that the LGBTQ movement had something going. It was in good spirits in the beginning. It was with a good heart. But, pero, but, eventually, the masses started turning this shit into a fucking dogma, into a fucking religion. And that is why, in the grand scheme of things, it all collapsed. Because there's a glass ceiling, there's a ceiling to everything. And the community as a whole just didn't know when to just shut the fuck up, stay quiet, plant the seeds, and be patient and let it run its course, and everything will be fine. But no, no. Eventually, it just evolved into something so fucking insane. You're pushing this shit on children. You're in the state of California. You're passing laws that it's legal to inject kids, not teenagers who have hit puberty. We're talking about prepubescent kids who don't even know their ass from their fucking mouth. And you're already preaching an ideology. You're preaching a fucking religion. And that's the movement had something going. It was good. It was going somewhere. But they didn't know when to just shut the fuck up and stop ramming this shit down everybody's fucking throats. And that's when it became a fucking problem. It became insanity. You did it to yourselves. Because ultimately, you're an adult, right? Whether you identify as a man, a woman, a zebra, a fucking rainbow zombie, a fucking unicorn, you're still a fucking adult. You commit a crime in the United States of America, you're going to be tried as an adult. And any group, I'm not just targeting the LGBT community, any fucking group that starts targeting children and you're preaching your dogma, your religion on children, you are fucking weak. You're weak. If you're praying and targeting the fragile, egg-shelled minds of children, you are fucking weak. You are a weak adult. You're no longer fucking sane when you're preaching this insanity and pushing your ideologies on to fucking children children, not teenagers, not children. And ultimately, like I said, any fucking group, I don't give a fuck what group you want to join, you want to identify with. Once any fucking group starts praying and targeting and preaching to children, you are fucking weak. And the movement, the LGBTQ movement, had something going, and it was beautiful, and it started off as something pure, but somewhere along the lines, it got blurred with all this fucking insanity, and you just, it doesn't work. So reap what you sow, and know how it goes, because you just didn't know when to take your foot off the gas pedal and just shut the fuck up and let it take its course. You had to preach it and preach it and preach it and ram it down everybody's fucking throats when they didn't want to fucking hear it. And that ultimately was your demise. Your own ideology, your philosophy was your own demise because you didn't know and you couldn't hold it within yourself to just know that there's a limit. The sky's the limit. And you went above that glass ceiling and you just didn't know when to shut the fuck up and just let it run its course naturally, organically. But no, you had to keep on preaching this dogma, this religion, down everybody's fucking throats until everybody was just sick of hearing this stupid fucking bullshit. You did it to yourself and no one else. It is what it is. Cry me a fucking river. What's done is done. 2024 going forward, we'll see how it fucking goes from there. You did it to yourself. Blame no one but yourself. You fucked yourself in the ass in the end when it was beautiful and pure, but you didn't know when to just Zip it and shut the fuck up and let it take its course. You turned it into a religion, you turned it into a dogma, and now we're at where we're fucking at. Sayonara, peace, good night.